So here's another strange thing. On the 2nd of the 5th, 2014, at around 6:55:09 p.m., there was a strange call that I wasn't able to pick up. It was from 0399757450. And I'm like, well, that's the number that I kind of remember. I thought it might have been an old workplace number. But when I called it, it was a disconnected number. So I don't know what was going on with that. And then the next day, there was a call. Just give me a moment. There was another call that was very similar, but I picked it up in the morning. But it was a different number. And I said, hello, and they said, hello, is this Monica? And I said, yes, and they hung up. So I don't know if the two calls are connected. I'll see if I can... it might have been... I think... I'll see if I can find it. Conversations. Yeah, I got it. No, that was the same one. Same items. No, I can't find it. But anyway, the second call was from a different number because I read the number and I was like, well, that's a different number from the one before. I was wondering if there's any sort of weird connection. I mean, the first thought that comes to my mind is that they're market research connected. And I used to actually work for a market research company. But I don't know if they are connected in any way. But I thought it was really strange how like I got the first call and it was like a call. It was a number from the number that I sort of swear I could have remembered and could have been part of the research company in which I had once worked. But when I called it, there was a disconnection. So the line had been disconnected by the time I returned the call, which was within 10 minutes. And then the next morning, early in the morning, by around 9 a.m., there was a call from the second number. No, it might have been 11:55 a.m., but there was a call from the second number, and they said, hi, is this Mike? And I said, yes, and they hung up. It's like, strange. It was a different number, but it's strange that I had those two calls come in, and I'm like thinking, is this some sort of kinky market research mystery that is yet to be explained? I don't know. I mean, sometimes you get sort of kinky things happening. I mean, sometimes I get calls from strange numbers, and when they're from either people you don't know or no one like talks when you say hello. So sometimes you do get kind of kinky calls, but I thought, well, these two calls seem very strange, and it's strange that they were sort of together, one in the night before and one in the morning, and that it was such a strange call. Like when I said hello, they knew my name. They said, hello, is this Monica? And sort of this tone, and I said yes, and then they hung up. So that's a little bit of a mystery to me, why someone would do that, or what is the connection, or what is it that he's kind of figuring out. Like, do you have some sort of weird kinky stalker? Do you have strangers knowing your number? Are you an interest, or someone just being kinky with with calls and deciding to make false calls, sort of thing? I don't know. I don't know what the mystery is at the moment, but I do know it's very strange. And I sort of had a sixth sense as soon as I saw my number. I said, that reminds me of the market research company I used to work for, but I didn't answered that particular call, and then the next morning I had another call, and they just said hello, and then hung up. They asked me if this is the person who owns the phone. They asked me my name. Hi, is this so-so? And then they hung up, and I'm like, that is a mystery, you know. So, it's kind of strange. I mean, you never know what's happening around the world, or the big plans that are sort of moving around you. You don't even know what's going on. I mean, all you know is your world. And you keep your doors locked because you want to continue living in your world. But you don't know whether there's some sort of big mystery around you, and that it's yet to open its face. But I think those were sort of very strange conspiracy-making calls. So I think the both of them together entwined were the strange quirks. And I'm like thinking, what is the mystery here? Yeah, not really knowing about it, but just left to guess. I mean, I'm always getting market research calls, but these ones are the strange ones, and I'm guessing the two of them were strange. But I guess you can only leave it. I mean, I'm not being totally harassed or anything, so I'm just leaving the conspiracy alone at the moment. But I do believe that there is something strange about it, and I'm like thinking, what's happening? What's going on? Why are they calling my number? in not a total schizophrenic way, just questioning. Is this kinky? Is this strange? Are these quirky calls? Because they seem quirky, the both of them, and I'm like going, what's going on? Who's trying to call me? What do they want? But it's not freaking me out. I mean, I don't usually get freaked out by calls, even if they're a bit strange, but I have noticed that those two are the strange calls, and just left me a little bit cautious about who's got my number. But I use my number all the time, everywhere, so it is my number, but it's not surprising that, you know, it may have fallen into anyone's hands, because I use it so often for everything. So so I'm not weirded out about it, but I am questioning if those two calls were something strange or specific, or but whatever. I mean, they probably won't come back, so it's probably not it's probably not a total it's not anything to raise your head. Probably just wondering, what is it? What do you want? Why are you calling me? And everything. Who are you? What are you connected to? Strange kinky calls.